Hello, hello. Today is my last day of this 30-day live series, the Achieving Spiritual Mastery Over the Material World. Every live that I've done, every interview, every appearance, my appearance, it was divinely guided. Every time I would ask, what do I need or what should I teach today? And the answer would come. And today was actually quite unexpected for me when the information came what I needed to discuss today. And so I think it's profound because it's about the meaning of your entire life. And so I'm going to talk about the meaning of your entire life, but it will be a different approach, I think. First question I would like you to ask, if you remember in The Matrix, the first movie, The Matrix, do you know why Morpheus found Neo? Why? Because Morpheus was searching for the one, but he didn't know that it was exactly Neo because he had to find, and it took him a long time, many years. And then suddenly they found, and they still were doubting, at least people around him were doubting that Neo was the one, and Neo doubted himself. So, what exactly made Morpheus decide that that was Neo? Maybe it's not the factor, but it's one of the factors. And the answer is Neo was searching himself. So Morpheus was searching for Neo, but Neo was searching for Morpheus. Neo didn't know it that he was searching for Morpheus, although, well, sort of he knew about Morpheus, but he didn't know that what he was searching for was not exactly Morpheus himself, but actually he had that question. And Trinity later on informed Neo what the question was. So Neo was searching for the answer to the burning question. And that burning question is actually inside of us. It's not exactly shown as a question. It can show different forms. It can take different forms, but we all are born in this life, usually with amnesia. I addressed amnesia in my prior lives, but with that amnesia, we don't remember who we are, what we're here to do, why we're born, and so forth. And so, but there is that spark of that curiosity inside of us. It could take the form of a void, it could take the form of even pain, it could be dissatisfaction, it could be emptiness, or it could be just simple searching for answers. But it's usually very subconscious. You don't know really what you're searching for. A lot of people, my clients come to me and they say, oh my gosh, that's what I was searching for. I had no idea. It's been so profound to me because and I myself at the same time, I've been searching for answers, I've been asking questions, but I didn't know what the answers were and what exactly questions even should I ask. I just was asking questions. So usually it comes as a surprise. The answer comes as a surprise as it came to Neo. And usually, lucky we, because the spiritual principle is seek and you shall get the answer, and knock and the door will open for you. So if you never knock, if you never ask, if you never seek anything, nothing will happen. You will continue living your life as it is. Nothing major is going to change your life in terms of better life, better conditions, and so forth. And so there are two types of humans, as I understand it. One type is those who heed that call, heed that question that they have without even knowing what the question is, and they seek for answers. And there are people who are completely flowing through life without asking any questions. I actually had a client who once told me, well, I did not ask any questions. I just lived my life going through the motions and I never asked any questions. And that's how some people live their lives. And luckily, this client woke up and came to me and we worked, and now she asks questions. But I would like to cite a famous book. I think it's famous, well known at least. Outwitting the Devil: The Secret to Freedom and Success by Napoleon Hill. This book is such a remarkable book. It was written in 1938, I believe, and it was not published until Napoleon Hill died. His even wife was afraid to publish it because the book was such against everything that people knew. It's the change of consciousness again, and it was published only later on with huge persuasion. So this book made quite a journey, and finally it saw the light, and it is well received, I believe. Well, I did receive it very well. I can tell you that. And so in this book, Napoleon Hill has a very profound, remarkable, and extensive conversation with the devil himself. And we're not here to talk about who devil is, what the devil is, and so forth, because I do have the answer to that question too. But it's maybe the topic for other teachings of mine. But right now, I want to say that so Napoleon Hill had this conversation with the devil, asking devil questions, and the devil was in all honesty telling him all the truth about how he catches people, humans, into his own domain and keeps them there, and what it is all about. And the name that the devil gave those people is drifters. And it's such a remarkable name, because drifters mean they drift in the life, in the flow of life, or maybe against the flow of life, but they drift. They don't fight, they don't do anything, they don't question anything, they just drift without any idea why they're here, what they're doing, and so forth. And those people, exactly, they don't think critically, as Napoleon Hill says, or the devil says in Hill's book. They don't ask questions, and they don't think. So they just allow whatever happens, whatever. They just have knee-jerk reaction, and they continue drifting in life. And once they start drifting, devil gets them like that, and it's very, very hard to get out of that drifting state. So if you're interested about that, read the book and you will see, you'll get more information about it. And so what I've discovered about all this is, and I wrote it in my book, Keys to Freedom, the Guide to Personal Power. And I'm going to read you questions that I suggest you ask yourself, or maybe you already asked those questions. And my question to you then is, have you found the answers? So, are you a drifter who drifts through life without asking any questions, or you're a seeker who, like Harry Potter was a seeker, who is actually asking questions? Because believe me, even if you ask something you were searching and maybe you didn't get those answers yet, but when you're actually seeking when you ask right questions, or when you're seeking, the door always opens, because the other side, the spirit side, the um, divine presence wants you to ask these questions and wants to give you the answers, because, well, there is a whole spiritual meaning to that. And they say light takes care of its own. If you're looking for light, light will find you. Neo was looking for light, and light, in the form of Morpheus and Trinity, found Neo. And so all you need to do is to start that quest. Not even start, because you don't know where you start, what you're starting, and what the heck is going on. But if you ask that question, somehow you will be answered, and you will provide all the means. So here I am, by the way, giving you this opportunity because, again, maybe you will watch this live and you will ask questions and the door will open. And so, have you ever asked those questions? Why is my life going as it is? Why did I have this particular childhood? Why are my life circumstances as they are? What is my purpose in life? Why am I here? And I'm not talking about here in your house, in your state, in your country. I'm talking about why are you on earth here, born in this physical body, in this reality? Why? Why do I have to struggle? Because a lot of people struggle somehow, and you might wear a mask saying, my life is great, but believe me, I know inside of us, everybody struggles. That's why we're here, because that's the reality here on earth. But why? What is the meaning and purpose of my relationships? Do you just have relationships because that's what you knew from the beginning? You're supposed to grow up and marry and have children and die and that's the companionship? No, there is a much more deeper meaning than just companionship, just the husband, just the wife, and so forth. So why? Why do I have certain emotional issues and how can I deal with them? How can I explain health problems and how can I heal them? How can I successfully adjust to rapidly changing life? Why do I have problems at work and at home? Why do I have problems with my finances? Why do I have conflicts with my children or parents or both? Why do I have conflicts with my coworkers? Why do I have conflicts in whatever you fill in the blanks? Why do I feel like a victim? How can I increase my self worth? How can I start living a joyful, abundant, and stress free life? Is it even possible for me? So, have you ever asked any of these questions? Because these questions can all be answered. And personally, I was asking these questions when I was very young. In one of my past lives, I talked about past life that I started asking about meaning of life when I was 14. At that time, I only found one answer, that there is life after death and we don't die. And that made me very supremely happy about it because that made total sense to me. But for another, like maybe 10, well, actually 11 years, for more 11 years, I did not get any more answers to the questions I was asking. And then in 1995, that's when my journey started. And that's when I started asking, getting answers. And so by now, I know and I can give you a whole lecture, which I do with my clients, about every single question that I've read right now from my book, and the answers are there. So if you start asking those questions, you will get answers if you are open to the answers, of course. Because if you ask a question and you're not open to it, the answer will come and it might not hit you in the face. It might be right there in front of you, and you will still will be resistant to acknowledge it. And so what is the meaning of life? Why we're here, right? And one of the answers is, it's the meaning of life. The first one is the journey of to know thyself. And as you know, in the Matrix, Neo is actually on that journey because Oracle explains to Neo that the everywhere on his path, whatever he's doing, he has to find who he is. So know thyself. She points at the plaque above the door, if you remember, in her kitchen. And Neo reads, and well, he doesn't read Latin, so she explains that it's in Latin, know thyself. And that's actually the whole movie. The Matrix is about know thyself. And it's a very, very, very profound statement here, know thyself, because that's why we're born. I mean, there is more to it, of course. There is next level of understanding, but the first level is the life. Your life is not about accumulating wealth. It's not about accumulating cars and fancy houses and even happy relationships and satisfying career or business. It's not, because when, again, as I mentioned earlier, when you die, you're not dragging anything or anyone with you to the other side. But what you've learned here on the inner quest, and that's the inner quest, it's not outer quest. And this inner quest is know thyself. And what you've learned during that quest, on that quest, you take it with you and you continue already on a very much different level. And so your life will never be the same. You will not be struggling. You will not be surviving any longer. And so that's why I encourage you to consider this question. Are you a drifter in life or you a seeker? What exactly is your choice here? And because of that, I would like, since I know I am the messenger from the divine, and that's why I'm teaching this information, I'm going to invite you, as always, to my upcoming 3-day virtual, immersive virtual live event. And this is the event where you will know all these questions, maybe not in depth, because how much we can accomplish in 3 full days, but we will accomplish a lot. And you will know the questions and you will be a seeker and you will not be drifting anymore if you were before. And what exactly are we going to do in my event? Well, you will discover your true purpose in this lifetime. You will learn how to achieve the spiritual mastery over the material world and why the heck you need to do it in the first place. You will acknowledge your inner calling, and that's what I was addressing today. That question that Neo was asking. Neo was searching for what is the matrix? What is it that you are searching for? Acknowledge your inner search. And the divine is, I mean, in the event is the divine wealth, the inner journey home to freedom and power. This is about your inner quest, know thyself. How to take full control over all events, drama, and situations. How to change people without saying a word to them, because on your journey, gradually, step by step, you improving every single area of your life. And these are the tools or systems on how to do it. How to heal permanently, how to get rid of all the money fears and worries permanently, how to get rid of imposter syndrome, fear of failure, fear of success, inner saboteur. As you know, as a woman entrepreneur, you know very well that these issues plague a lot of women in business, preventing women from moving forward. And they need to be released permanently, and they can be released. How to feel harmonious and peaceful at all times, how to grow business and live life in the flow. And of course, I always teach about divine guidance, because divine guidance is the tool or system of communication with the divine. So, to summarize all of that, how to achieve spiritual mastery over the material world, how to stop hustling and get into the flow from the muggle way, I call it, to the mystic way, and how to partnership with the divine permanently, how to stop being a permanent drifter. It's 3 full days, immersive virtual experience of inner transformation. It's only $97. Register now at irenabaker.com/wealth. And I guarantee that $97 that you will pay, you will forget all very almost immediately. But what you will gain will change your life and other future existences. Of course, if you embrace this information. And receive that inner transformation that you're coming to this event for. So during this event, you will get deep spiritual transformation and you will receive a divine message. So, Divine Wealth, the inner journey home to freedom and power. IrenaBaker.com/wealth. And take this opportunity, hit the call, hit your inner calling. You will find the answers. Knock, and the door will open for you. Seek, and you shall receive. And remember, when you follow the divine, money follows you. When you serve the divine, money will serve you. This completes my 30-day series. I will see you in my next other teachings. Bye.